You've been working hard for years. You've saved what you could, invested when you had the chance, and still, your net worth hasn't made the leap you keep imagining. You watch people around you suddenly multiplying their wealth, buying freedom, moving where they want, doing what they love, and living on their own terms. And naturally, you wonder, what do they know that I don't? The truth is, wealth doesn't build in a slow, steady line. For most people who achieve it, there are moments, tipping points, where everything shifts. Before those moments, progress feels painfully slow, sometimes discouraging. But after them, growth accelerates so quickly it feels almost unreal. Now, I'm not talking about winning the lottery, stumbling into luck, or inheriting money from some distant relative. I'm talking about real, predictable turning points that appear when you've put yourself in the right position. And when they hit, your financial life changes forever. I've seen it happen in people starting out fresh, in people beginning late in life, even in those who once felt buried in debt. The difference is simple. Some recognize those moments and act, while others walk right past them, missing their chance to go from crawling growth to explosive acceleration. Imagine two people beginning their careers at the same time. They earn about the same, live with the same expenses, and both promise themselves they'll get serious about money someday. A decade later, one has barely moved forward, while the other has crossed a line into real wealth. The difference isn't luck or intelligence. It's the choices they made when opportunities quietly appeared. One upgraded his lifestyle every time income went up, spending the new money before it had a chance to work. The other held back, kept expenses steady, and funneled the difference into investments. For a long time, it seemed like nothing was happening. But then the compounding kicked in, and everything changed. That's what a tipping point looks like. But most people never get there, because they live inside what I call an invisible prison. The walls aren't steel, but habits and fears. The first chain is lifestyle inflation. You tell yourself you'll save more once you earn more. But as soon as you get that raise, expenses grow with it. The second is fear. Fear of making the wrong move, fear of risk, fear disguised as caution. And the third is the belief that wealth is for other people, that you're missing the connections or the luck or the background they had. Put all of that together and you stay stuck, waiting for some perfect time that never comes. The hard truth is, the door to this prison is never locked, but it doesn't open on its own. You have to see the tipping points and move when they appear. Once you break through even one, the walls stop looking so solid. The first tipping point is when your income consistently stays above your cost of living, not for a month or two, but as a rule. It sounds obvious, but most people never lock it in. They let lifestyle rise alongside income, and no matter how much they make, they're always stretched thin. The real breakthrough happens when you draw a line and decide that extra income will create a gap, and that gap will be invested. At first, it's boring. The growth is invisible, slow, even frustrating. But then the numbers start to roll forward on their own. Every dollar you keep becomes a worker in your army, going out to earn more, and those earnings create their own workers too. Suddenly, your money is no longer just something you spend. It's something that builds momentum. That momentum carries you to the second tipping point, the day when your investments outperform your job. In the beginning, investments are background noise. A little dividend here, a bit of interest there. Nothing exciting. But then one day you realize your portfolio earned more this month than you did at work. That's when the game flips. That's when money's working harder for you than you are for it. It proves compound growth is real, painfully slow in the beginning, unstoppable once it catches fire. And it proves that your financial security no longer depends entirely on trading hours for income. The engine is running whether you touch it or not. But you can't reach this stage without the first one. Without that surplus, there's nothing to build from, nothing to compound, nothing to push you past the invisible line. That's why so many people stay stuck. They wait for wealth to arrive before creating the space for it, when in reality, creating the space is what allows it to arrive. The final tipping point is the one that transforms everything. It's when the income from your assets not only outpaces your job, but covers the cost of your life entirely. That's when financial independence isn't an idea, it's reality. At that point, work becomes a choice, not a necessity. Time becomes yours to use as you want. And here's the irony. The people who reach this stage rarely stop working altogether. but the quality of their work changes. They pursue projects they care about, risks they believe in, paths they wouldn't have dared when a paycheck was their lifeline. The reason these tipping points matter so much is because they aren't random. They don't rely on luck. They are built step by step, choice by choice, over time. And if you know what to look for, if you can see where the road bends upward, you can position yourself to take full advantage when the moment arrives. Most people drift through, chasing upgrades, chained by fear, or waiting for the perfect time that never shows up. But a few commit to the gap, invest consistently, and stay patient until the engine turns over. And when it does, they realize wealth was never about endless struggle. It was about reaching the points where money begins to accelerate itself. That's the shift. That's the difference between staying stuck and breaking free. Once you hit even one of those tipping points, you'll never see money the same way again. Thanks for watching InvestingFlix, where smart money learns smarter moves. Subscribe for more insights that grow your wealth.